Greetings! Welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today, as you can see, it is a full house. A full house of Alice, that is. So, let's go ahead and take a look. We have a lot to go over today. I have made a beautiful collection of Alice in Wonderland themed journals. I picked out some of my favorite characters from the movie. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this collection. I have put a lot of thought and care and time into this, and I love it all so much. And it's been really fun working on these. There is going to be one more book, and you'll notice it's probably the Mad Hatter. And it's not here because that one is going to be probably live next week. And that one is going to be given as a gift. So this is a big collection. As you can see, there's 5 very chunky journals here. And just like I did back when I made my tribal belly dance journals, I put some timestamps on the screen so that you can see, you can trickle out to where you want to be. So I'm going to do the same thing for these journals right now. So now that you know where you can go if you want to see one in particular more than the other, and also check the description box down below because I will have clickable timestamps so it'll jump you right to where you want to be. Alright, so I want to take a look at these kind of in the order that they go in the movie. I was really inspired by the original Disney movie for these, so I'm going to go in order, so that means we're going to start with Alice. So of course, first up on the list is Alice. So this is a fabric covered journal. It's a cardstock base, and I have a little key charm here because she obviously needs the key to get in the door. And then on the cover I've just done a nice little collage. So really I wanted all of these books to be based mostly about their own character, not about like all like Wonderland mismatch. I wanted it to be specifically about the character. So since Alice is traveling through Wonderland, there are a little bit of the other characters in hers, but for the most part I try to keep it related to the specific character. So pocket on the inside, and I reinforced this part with some fabric. It says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland here, and I just have some really pretty paper with Alice on it. It's very pretty. So I did lots of collage tags in this book. Some of them are plain on the back, some are coffee stained paper on the back. This little tag says Dream. Another little tag. All the book pages in the background on the tags come from an Alice book. So a little tag here that says Adventure Waits. Have a little doily pocket. And I use this little raindrop paper because it reminds me of when she started crying. Pool of Tears. There's a little keyhole. Some fabric. And this book has, I think, 2 charms, but they are these super cute, like little clay charms. So I thought those were pretty fun because they're kind of like, you know, whimsy. There's a plain journaling card here. So in here, I have a tag that's got a little tag tucked behind it. So it's just a little collage. And then with that, I have a little booklet that had some cutoffs. So I just made that a little notepad. Took me a while to find the papers that I wanted to use because I was very particular with the look that I wanted to have for these books. So yeah, so here's the Caucus Race, and it's very pretty. There's a lot of lace in the background here, a little doily. There's Alice. And each of these books is going to have 2 little swatches of this out of print fabric that I found. And so of course for this one there's Alice. There's the first little swatch. Oh, and on this ruffle here I just embedded some little flowers because I thought that was kind of cute. Tag. A little collage here with the flamingos and another tag. So here I have a little jar and then just a little collage here, banner, butterfly. There's Alice, and then I have some of that same fabric that's on the spine here. So a little bit of that. Some washi, another tag. There's the keyhole and a big key. Put the bunny in her book because he obviously is recurring for her. Some more of that pretty paper. You'll be able to pick up on like the color tones and like the color schemes that I wanted to have for these books, because I wanted it to really fit in with the character, like really embody it. So I'm just so proud and happy for this collection. Like, can't even tell you guys. So I fussy cut her little legs out here, and then it's opens up for writing, and then there's a tag behind there. It says curiosity often leads to trouble. Okay. How pretty this paper is. Oh, I put the raven in here because there actually is a raven in the well, depending on which movie you watch and then the book. They're all gonna have one of these wallpaper envelopes that I made, and I've picked them to try and match with the color schemes as best as I could with what I have. So this one has a little belly band in here, and then inside of these little envelopes you will find a book page of some sort. And this one's got Alice and then the little white rabbit house scene there on the back. So here's the center of her signature, and then on this little charm it says Alice in Wonderland, and then on the back, sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. Some lace here, a little punch out. It's a book page that I added on there. More of that paper. It's so pretty. A couple pieces of ephemera here with Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So they're all going to have one of these hand lettered tags that I did. They took forever, but they were fun to do. I was gifted some Tim Holtz manila envelopes, which are tags, which are these, and they came with layering stencils. So the stencil is a rose, so I thought that was perfect for the Alice in Wonderland theme. So they all will have that rose background in different colors, and then this one I wrote Curiouser and Curiouser, and so I just wrote it kind of like curious, and then I wrote it Curiouser, so it's more like decorated on the second time I wrote it. But they all will have their own version of that. Another journaling card, some washi, another tag here. There's a big journaling card here and some coffee stained paper behind that, and then I have a glassine bag, and I put some of these extra little punch outs in here, the ones that I've been using throughout the books that say like eat me, drink me, but I left these plain, so maybe if you want to write your own or stamp your own little sayings that you like on them and sprinkle them in the book. Some more of that fabric down here, and over here I have the drink me and just a little journaling card, and then tucked behind the potion bottle there's the other piece of that fabric. And here a couple more pieces, and then they all will have like a music page flip out with some extra little cut off writing space in there. Some fabric washi, little tea time stamp, and then there's two tiny tags. Then we have a stamped and stitched tag, little doily pocket on this side as well. And then of course I use this paper because it reminds me of the Pool of Tears, obviously. And it flips open. There's a book page tucked in here with a little journaling space here. There's my stamp. There. And then in the backs, they all will have one of these envelopes that I made following So Carol's tutorial. I made these on Instagram Live, so thanks for those who joined me. But these are so cute. It's vintage music paper, and I decoupaged napkin onto them. I did stamping on them, and then on this one there's a big lace pocket on the back, and then we have some blue lace trim here, and then I stamped a little teapot for her, and then there's a little fabric collage as well. And there's a small pocket in the front and a bigger one in the back, and then the little closure has a little drink me bottle, and then there's a little button, so that helps kind of like weigh it down to keep the whole thing like closed. So they're so pretty. And then in the back of the book there's another pocket, and that is Alice. So let's move on to the next. So the next character in the movie that she runs into is, or actually the first, White Rabbit, and this was the first one that I made actually, and I love this one so much. It's so cute. I used this really pretty vintage pillowcase for the cover, and then I reinforced the spine with some additional lace, and then as you can see, I have made some little bunny ears and I just made those, and I stitched the felt on here, and then they have little fur, and then I have a little wooden piece, wooden clock piece that I sort of like roughly painted white, and then on the back it has his little bunny tail. So I thought that was so cute. And then on this one there are 4 charms to match with the colors in this book. So there we have the little pearl one, and then here's a little kind of crystal one, another one that's kind of beige, and then another pearl down here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and look at this one. So some little bunny paper here, flips out, and it says the White Rabbit up top, and I've just used some really cute paper actually that I found. And then I have a fabric pocket here, and then I've layered on some of that beauty fabric there. It's very shimmery and you can't really tell in the video, but so here's another Alice tag. And then here we've got another collage tag that I made, and you can see here it says W Rabbit. And then there's a journaling card. Look at this macaroon paper. Isn't that so cute? So of course we have the little bunny stamped out. And there's the man himself. So here a tuck spot with a little journaling card in there. There's some trim up at the top. There's the door, the keyhole. So it's just a little coffee stained flip out thingy. Some really pretty delicate fabric. I love that. So here is the first piece of that fabric, and it's obviously got the rabbit on it, and then it has a little tag that says rabbit hole. It's a Hermelinda tag. We have a big lace pocket here, and inside is a book page, and I thought this was kind of fitting. It's like one of those little guest papers, and it says date, name, address. Another one of those journaling cards, and I punched a little heart in that one too. Another tag. It's a little rub-on sticker. So here I just did a little collage on the front with the doily and some pages, and then that flips open, and then you have 2 journaling spots and 2 tags in the little pockets. And then behind it I've left a plain time card. I thought that was pretty fitting because he's always late. So you can leave that plain, or you can use it to embellish it somehow. A little journaling card in here, and I fussy cut a little bunny there. So since he is a bunny, I did use some little faux fur page tabs in here. I thought those were really cute. So here's one of those little punch outs, and I stamped late and a little clock on here, and then just a journaling card to go in. Another little tag in here. And I thought this was kind of fitting also. It's the while you were out little paper. So I thought that was pretty cute to put in here. And then another one of those little trifold tags. So here is the White Rabbits envelope. So I just sewed some lace down there at the bottom, and then a different lace here on the front. And then there's the book page, and it's got him going into his house. So here's the center of the signature, and then for this one it has a really cool actually dome charm. It says property of W. Rabbit. So that's really cute. Little bunny stamp there. Some more of that macaroon paper. And another pretty tag. I think the color scheme in this book turned out so pretty. It's just very soft and fluttery, if that makes sense. So a book page pocket here, and I just layered on a little doily and some washi fabric, and then I love this washi. But look at this page, it's just so cohesive. A little tag from Dolly, the little white rabbit on it, and then I just used some really pretty eyelet trim here, and then this was just a scrap. I didn't want to throw it, so cut it like a tag and put it under that little tuck. And then here's another one of those fur tabs. And then in his book, here is his little hand letter tag that I did. You can see the roses in the background. And then another one of these tags. And then I have another little fabric pocket down here at the bottom, but it's super pretty fabric if you can see that. And then I have some more of that pretty shimmery fabric on the little note booklet. Another journaling card. And I tried to pick ones that had the clocks on them, so that's the recurring theme, obviously. So here I stamped Marianne because he keeps calling Alice Marianne, and then I did some more of those little flowers here on the edge. And then here's a super pretty little tag. It's just collaged with different things. And then this little journaling spot, I just punched a little heart out there, and then you can do some fun writing on that. So here, another book page. And then these are pretty fun. It's got the due date. It's like a library card, but it's paper. Yikes. Oh, my back. So here we have Mr. Bunny, and then a little book page pocket for when Alice is getting ready to go into his house, and then a big journaling card. So another one of these tags, and then there's some more of that fabric with the white rabbit on it. Used a little Tim Holtz clip to attach that ephemera, and then it opens up and more writing space. So another tag is in here. Stamped out a little timepiece there. Added some washi. This flips out so you can write behind there. There's Alice. A couple of little journaling cards here. There's a jumbo tag here. Look how cute that paper is. There's my stamp. And then here is the little envelope for the white rabbit. So there's this girl here. Obviously she's not Alice, but I thought maybe she could be the Mary Ann for this, so I stamped Mary Ann there. And that's what it looks like. And then on the back I did a little bit of lace, and then I also stamped a big carrot here. And then the inside, it has the double pockets. So that is the white rabbit. So let's take a look at the next one. All right, next on the roster, we have the caterpillar, who is also my favorite character. So for this one, I did use batting in the cover, so it's nice and squishy. So on the cover here, you can see the vintage image here, and then I backed it with some blue glitter cardstock, and then I chose the fabric with the flowers on it because, you know, he lives in the garden, obviously, so that kind of reminded me of that. And then I have one long stitch here with the loop-de-doos because it kind of made me feel like that was like kind of like a caterpillar. So on this book we have 4 of the paperclip charms, and they are all made with those clay little beads. They're so fun, but I felt like that was kind of perfect for the caterpillar too because they're kind of trippy looking, and you know, he's a hookah smoking caterpillar. All right, so on the inside you have the tag that I made using the rose stencil, and then I drew the little fish up top and the crocodile, and obviously this is the How Doth the Little Crocodile poem, so I just wrote the whole thing out here. So that's pretty fun. And then I like this little paisley fabric on the inside cover because it fits with his vibe, but also the little paisley shapes reminded me of his shoes. So I like this paper because it looked kind of trippy. So obviously the caterpillar up at the top, and then we have the blue butterfly down at the bottom. I wanted to use some letters in his book because when she first walks up to him, he's singing A-E-I-O-U. So that's like my favorite part in the whole movie for sure. And then I have another little collage tag here, and it's just got different things on here, and then I just drew a little square around who are you, and then I have put little random letters all over on this tag as well, and then I have a little telegram there, and that's just paper clipped around. I have a lot of these little mushroom jars in the book as well. This paper is so cute. So there's some more ephemera, and on that one I stamped out Drink Me, and then we have some of this trim here. Kind of reminded me of a caterpillar also. I use lots of butterfly imagery, so most of the journaling cards in here are butterflies, and then we have a little Alice tucked in down here. Some more of that fabric. So this was just a scrap, but I didn't want to really throw it away. So I just made this little piece. It's just like a little curly whirly twirly. But it reminded me of like when he's smoking, he blows the circles. So it's just something to mess with. that's it. And then there's some journaling space here, a couple of butterfly ephemeras in there, and it says A-E-I-O-U, and then I have a little tiny envelope in here as well. And then I use the little bug paper because, you know, he is a bug. So I have this really pretty gray lace trim as a belly band, and then there's just a journaling card. So here we have another collage tag. I've got some fabric on there, just some different papers and such. And then in this little tuck spot is a butterfly, and you can journal on the back of that. This is I had to Google this. I think it's the name of a flower, but when I first saw it, I thought it said narcissist, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fitting for the caterpillar. He's an interesting character, we'll say that. So a couple of more journaling jars in here. And I stamped some shrubs in here because he obviously lives in the garden. There's some more butterfly ephemera. And then here we also have his little hookah. And then I left these two little punch outs plain, so maybe you want to write, I don't know, whatever you want on there, on those. And then another butterfly. And then these, I wasn't going to include these, but then last night Shayna was like, no, you should. And I was like, oh, I don't know if they're really good. She's like, no, you have to include those. I was like, okay. So I did these on Instagram Live on a different night. And basically they are watercolor mushrooms that I did, and then I just sketched around them with my little marker. And so they're on watercolor paper, so if you want to do something else on the back or add or fix what I've done, you can do that. So there's two of those in here. And then a couple of more pieces of ephemera tucked into the butterfly. There is the little fabric piece with the caterpillar on it. And in here we have some butterfly journaling cards, and then this one opens up. So a little mushroom that I made, I was kind of inspired by Priscilla. Some more shrubs. There's a tuck spot here. So here's an old image, and it says, her eyes met those of a large blue caterpillar. And then look at this little paper. It's got little cakes and eat me, drink me. So I did some more ruffle with that fabric, and then a journaling spot and a tag behind it. This paper is so pretty. Look at that. So here is the center of the signature. You can see him blowing his little letters. And then his little charm is a butterfly, of course. And then the envelope, oh my gosh, you guys, this wallpaper was so pretty. I was like, oh my gosh. So I kind of just left this one plain because it really ties, it's like it was made for the caterpillar. I mean, it's beautiful. And then inside of it, of course, we have the book page. It's another letter, and it flips out. A couple more jar tags in there, and then it also opens up. And we have a little butterfly in here, and I glued a little butterfly punch out there. Another journaling card. It says toadstool here, and another tuck spot in the corner. So here, just a pocket that I've put up here with some more ephemera, and then on the opposite side we have another piece of that fabric, and this one has Alice. So another little journaling card in there, and then two little tags in here. So another one of those dream tags. Some sticker here. And then of course this music one opens up and you have the writing paper underneath. and then another tuck spot in the front here. So this tag is stitched, and then it has one of these really pretty wooden butterflies on it. I thought that was really pretty. Some more of that gray lace there, the bug paper, and then this very well-known image. So here I just did little random letters floating around the butterfly and caterpillar. And then this little mini envelope that's in here, I left it open in case you want to do what you want to do. So here's another one of those whirly twirly bits. And then I have a rose here. And then tucked behind the little mushrooms down here, I have some more of those little punch out things so you can put your favorite sayings on those. Some more of that fabric. And here, got a butterfly, another journaling card, and then there's the other mushroom that I watercolor and sketched. So I just put a little butterfly here, some more of the other side of that paper, another mushroom jar, telegraph, and then on this little tag I put "Who are you?" A couple more butterfly bits. There's my stamp. And then here on the butterfly envelope, it is decoupaged as the other one was. There's the lace pocket on the back, and this one says "Eat me" because she has to eat the mushroom when she's with the caterpillar. And there's a button, and then I also did the little fabric collage here, and then it has the two pockets. So that, oh, and then you can still see the little stitching for the caterpillar. And that is the caterpillar's journal. So cute. Definitely one of my favorites. Next on the list, we have my second favorite character. So our girl is coming up on the Cheshire Cat next. So I had this fabric that I found, and I thought this was so perfect. This one is fabric backed on cardstock, and it's striped, and it's got the tones of the colors that he is. So I was like, oh, this is gold. So again, I have some of those little furry tabs in here because he is a cat after all. And then on the cover, this took me a while to do, but this was the vision that I had in mind for this book because I don't know, I love the Cheshire Cat. And so what I did was I have created his tail, and if you can see here, it's all completely beaded. And what I did was I did alternating dark and light colors in pinks and purples so that would look like the stripes that are on his tail. And then for the bottom part of his tail, I just did it all in sequins. So it's like, you know, the big part of his tail that's all one color. So I thought that was so pretty. And then towards the last minute, I decided to do his smile also. And so it's all beaded around the smile, and then it's got sequins on the inside. So this took a while to do, but I mean, I'm totally happy with how it turned out. And then I just have some stickles that go around the frame just to get a little bit more structure. So I love this cover, and I hope you do too. So let's look at the inside. Very pretty pink cardstock, and this one says Curiouser, and we have Mr. Cheshire on the paper himself, and then just his stripes there, paw prints, and then he's the one that's in charge of telling her what direction to go in. So a lot of his tags say this way, that way, etc. But yeah, more collaging done here. And then, of course, we have his little booklet as well. And then up here, I believe I did leave this open so you can tuck something inside of that little panel if you want. And then this kind of inspired by Jibbit, but I knew that I wanted to do this because when he says I'm not all there either, he kind of turns into ribbons, because some of his stripes fade away and he looks like a big ribbon. So I already knew that I wanted to incorporate ribbon, so I just stitched the ribbon onto the page so it would act like lines. So I thought that was really cute. So that's going to be throughout the book as well. Little post-it notes, some very pretty sheer see-through, because you know he's very elusive. So I was trying to carry that through. I made his little tail here, and then I backed that on coffee stained paper. And we have another tag here. And then this opens up for more space as well. And then I've used the little kitten paper clips for his book. And there's nothing in the envelope, but I did put a little Cheshire Cat there. And we have a stamped and stitched tag. Here we are with another. I put a lot of music paper in his book too, because he's always like humming and singing when she comes up to him and stuff. So music is integral, and he lives in trees and such. He's everywhere. So I put some coffee stained paper on some of these decorative pages just so you can have extra place to journal. And there's the fabric piece for the Cheshire Cat, a little potion bottle. And we have the paper in there. Some little paw prints. Some more coffee paper on there. So here I stitched this little piece on. It's a paraphrased version of what he says, but inside of here it says, "Then it doesn't really matter, does it?" And another beautiful tag. Of course, you know I'm loving all the purples in this book. Some more lines. And this tag is one of my favorites. Very simple, but still very beautiful. A couple of little tags. One says "this way, that way." So here is Cheshire's envelope. And then on the inside, we have Cheshire Cat. So here is the center of this book. Very pretty. And his little charm is this little glass bottle, and you can kind of see his face on there. It's on both sides. And I didn't glue this closed because, I don't know, you might want to change out what's in here, but I put lavender in here because, well, I love lavender for one, but also because it's purple. So you can change it out, so you'll have to be careful with that until you decide if you want to glue it. So stamped and stitched tag. And then we have the hand lettered tag that I made. It's so cute. So digital stamp there, and then another little collage, another little kitten paper clip. And this page actually will open up for more space, but I'm not going to take the paper clip off. So another tag. And then this is just a little triage of tags that I tucked in down here. Some more music paper. Fabric. I stamped a little keyboard because when she first happens upon him, his teeth turn into piano keys. So I thought that was kind of funny. So here we have another tag. It says "Yonder," and it flips open. And then this envelope here, I stamped "He went that way" on it, and on the inside it's coffee stained trifold paper. I did a little faint stamping of his feet here. There's Humpty, that fabric. Did a little heart punch out here. So here I did this little tag, and it's got eyes. And then just some coffee stain paper, and then We're All Mad here, and then just a little tag tucked into there. Some pink lace there. And then this last little tag. And then here is his little wallet envelope thingy. And there's just flowers, and then I used some wide purple lace, well, lavender. And then on the back, that's what it looks like. Little fabric collage here. And then I stamped out some feet. And then on the inside, you have your double pockets. So yeah, this is the Cheshire Cat. And last but not least, we have the boss, the Red Queen. So I've got this one closed up with some sari silk. And it took me a minute to get this flower to look how I wanted it to look, but it's partially red, partially white, because, you know, we're painting the roses. And there's some gold foil paper behind and 4 little hearts to make it look kind of like a card. And then on the back, I stitched one long line with the heart stitch. So you can see that going through there. And let's take a look. So, oh, this one also has batting in it, so it's another one of those squishy ones like the caterpillar. So, Queen here at the front, and a little tag with a playing card on there, and some little trim. Oh, this book has lots of these little, I put them on garment pins instead of paper clips for this book, but they have a lot of these little cute charms like this. So some of them are diamonds, some are spades, hearts, clubs, but they're sprinkled throughout this book, and I think there's eight of them in here. So that opens up, and then another collage here. And I love this little red glitter paper. It's so pretty. So a negative punch here. Another dream tag. Some heart washi. This fabric, this rose is made out of, cut from fabric, I should say. And then this little guy reminds me of the little gerbils that she uses in her game. So, little crazy hearts tag. This is just a scrap. I put it in here because I like the cards. And there she is. And another little collage tag here. And some ephemera. So what I did was I watched the movie and I paused the screen where they're painting the roses, and I drew out, I think there's 4 of them in here. I drew out 4 of the roses, how they look to me in the movie. So that's what these are. And they're just on cardstock. And I thought maybe you would want to paint the roses red. And then you can put them anywhere in the book, or you can back them with something else and use them as journaling cards. So here I used the negatives of the heart punch that I was using just to make a little trail, and I stitched it all the way down to the teeniest, tiniest heart. There's another piece of ephemera there, and then we have another heart tag, and then I did a little velvet, I did a little velvet heart here. Some more of that fabric with the little cardman. So here I did a little heart booklet, so it's got coffee stained paper in here, and obviously it's shaped like a heart. And then I used flamingo paper clips in this book because she uses the flamingos when she's playing. So there's a little journaling card here, and then a bigger one behind, a little rose sticker. There's another one of those roses, and then this came from Dolly too, I believe. And here I had some fabric, so I cut some hearts out of that and stuck it on these tags. So another tuck here with the tag with the little heart punch, and then I just cut out another heart and stuck it there. So another one of those Hermelinda tags in here. It's a little sticker. Some more of those little charmy charms that I was telling you about. And then another little tag here. Bit of vellum, some ruffle paper, and the center, you can see there is the queen, and you'll notice in her hand she has her little wand. So I made one to kind of match her wand, so when you're at home you can be the queen that you are. So I thought that was too cute to not do. And then her charm is a big ol' heart. Couple little tags there. So here is her wallpaper envelope. And I used this little brick fabric because it reminded me of like a castle, but it's a pocket. And then inside we have the White Rabbit and the Duchess. So in here, coffee stained. There's a big frame. Some more of that fabric that's on the cover, velvet. Pull out here another little heart punch down here. And then these little cards, I just fanned them out and made it a tuck spot with another one of these little fabric heart tags. It's a book page. This is a vintage playing card. There's some more of those little charmy charms. So cute. And then here we have the off with his head tag and a little journaling spot and a little tree die cut, and then a couple of tags here with the flamingo clip. Of course, this opens up with the paper in there, and here is another little heart booklet with coffee stained paper inside of it. So here, another tag. This one has the king on it. Some more of that fabric with the carpenter and the walrus. A little rose ephemera down there. Hermelinda tag here. And a couple of pieces of ephemera, little tag. There's another one of those roses. And in here, another collage tag. And then another one of those fabric roses on the envelope. So here is a fabric with that fabric, and then the king, and then here is the hand lettered off with their heads tag, and there's a little heart punch out down at the bottom. And there's my stamp. Here is her little wallet envelope-y, and I just stitched some ribbon on there, and I used black tulle for her pocket in the back, and then same thing, pocket and pocket, and that is it. Oh, and you can really see the hearts when you look at it from the inside. It's so cute. So that's it. That is the whole entire collection for now. And you'll definitely, probably, maybe, want to come back and see when I finish the Mad Hatter. I have some cool ideas in mind for that. And yeah, so I hope you all have enjoyed this series. So all of these are going to be up in my Etsy shop. Let me know down below what you think of these. Who's your favorite character in Alice in Wonderland? And just let me know which one was your favorite and what you thought about all of these. So that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.